Well, hello there. Long time no talk. I'm Jack from 181 Days in Belgium, and I'm here with something that we haven't done for a while, which is a gear review. Another 5 positives and 2 negatives about a coat that I really love, something that I've logged a lot of miles on, and I highly recommend as a coat if you want to get something new and you're in the market. That's the Uniqlo 3D Cut Seamless Down Parka. I've got it right here. Why don't I put it on and we'll continue the review. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so first thing I like about this coat, this isn't one of the 5, but I really like this color. I like this mustard a lot. It's very nice, it stands out, it's a little different. You're always gonna find it on a coat rack, and that's something that I really like about it. I just think it's a little bit unique, and I really like the color. So, all right, so let's do 5 positives, 2 negatives. Let's start with the positives. So, first positive is these wrist cuffs here. This is something I haven't really seen in a jacket before, in a nice quality jacket, is that these wrist cuffs are actually sewn into the jacket. So you have these nice soft wrist cuffs. The jacket actually stops all the wind that can come in because of these wrist cuffs. And it's a nice feature. If you have gloves, you can put them either under or over it, and it kind of like keeps the really cold air out of your arms. I will say kind of a downfall of that is like your arms will get really hot with these on, which in extreme cold is really nice. You stay very warm. When it's like kind of winter or like maybe a little spring or fall, your wrists get really warm, and these don't peel back super well, so like you can't really pull them up your arms too easily, but you can, and I've done it a lot and it didn't stretch them out, which is nice too. It's really well constructed jacket as well. So wrist cuffs and this little wind blocking mechanism they've built here, definitely a positive. Second thing I really like about this jacket is the hood. Let me put it up here for you. So the hood is nice. It fits really tight around your head. It doesn't really pull too much. It's got these nice little pull straps here that you can make it tighter and cinch it down. In bad weather or with a hat on, it really fits you well. It stays a little bit out over your face, so if you're getting rained on, the rain doesn't really like go right in your eyes or on your sunglasses or whatever you might have. And I really like that. It does make a little bit of noise in the hood when you're moving around with your hair on the material, but it's not bad. It's not like some of the Fjallraven jackets you get, which I'll actually be reviewing one of those pretty soon. That's pretty loud, so like a little fly here. So let me get into the third thing that I really like about this jacket, and that's this little like chin zipper area. So when you zip this all the way up, you have kind of like, it comes up to your nose, your mouth basically, and your face can kind of tuck into it, but it's not super tight like some jackets. Like it's not like you have a mask in front of your face, and if you're actually wearing this with a mask on, as we all do now and then, it kind of like, it doesn't interfere with it, which is nice. If you have a scarf on, there's actually enough room too that you can zip this up over the scarf and not have it feel weird or anything like that. I really like this for the cold when you're in the wind or something. You can just tuck your face into it, kind of pull this down a little bit, and it feels really nice. So yeah, that's a huge positive for me. It's something that I have just loved about this jacket. I also really like the way it looks. It just looks cool. Like it looks like you're about to go climb Everest and this sort of thing. So, okay, let me get this hood off. So, the fourth thing I really like about this jacket is that it has an internal pocket. I always like to have an internal pocket because I usually have gloves or sunglasses or just something with me, and it's nice to have a place to put them. This only has one internal pocket, so it's got this little one right here. It's got a little snap on it. The snap feels a little bit cheap, but it hasn't failed or anything like that. Pretty decent size. I've been able to fit my big gloves in there, my hat if I have it. I think I actually got a scarf in there one time. It's pretty good size. So it does not have like nets like a more expensive jacket might have for gloves or something like that. So only one pocket, but I think it's a really useful little pocket. So yeah, the fifth thing I really like about this jacket is the length. It's a little bit longer than your standard coat. It's not long like a parka is. It doesn't go down to your knees, but it's a little bit elongated in the back so that if you were to raise your arms up, it's not going to lift up your shirt. It's not going to kind of get that gap between your pants and the coat going up and give you that coolness going inside. And I really like that. It's not long enough that you could sit on it and get it dirty, but it is long enough that it kind of just covers your back a little bit so you can move around and not worry about getting cold, which is something that I really enjoy. I think it's the perfect length. It's one of my favorite coats to wear because I know that I'm comfortable in it. And like I said earlier, it's really warm. Okay, moving on. 2 things I dislike about this coat. And these are kind of minor dislikes, but one is the material. So I mentioned I have this mustard color and I really like it. But with all these kind of like puffer jackets, they always have the tendency to get water spots on them. So if you're out and you're in dirty rain, or you have tree drip on you and there's dirt in the water, that's going to stain a light fabric like this. I've found that this color stains pretty easily. The darker ones, I have a friend with a gray one. It doesn't seem to get very dark for him. It doesn't seem to stain easily. This one though, I've noticed that I've gotten it pretty dirty, and I get dirty. So what I have also noticed though is it's very easy to clean. If you take a damp rag and some vinegar and you just lightly kind of touch it up when you're done being out, it cleans up really well. I've cleaned this jacket a whole bunch of times. It doesn't show it. I'm pretty sure once you wash this thing totally for the first time, it will just become kind of like, that little darker color that happens when you wash a puffer coat, and then it probably will never water spot again. But I haven't actually taken the time to throw this in a washing machine because I hate washing down. So yeah, it cleans up well though, so I don't see that as a huge negative, but it's something to keep in mind if you don't like cleaning things. I know I have a water spot in the back of this right now, and I've just done nothing about it. So okay, the second thing that is a negative about this jacket, and it's a positive and a negative, is that this is a really warm jacket. It's hot. It's not like in the fall and the spring, it's going to be a warm jacket. If you're somewhere that it gets cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon and cold again at night, the afternoon, this is going to be a hard jacket to wear. I regularly take this thing with me and throw it in my pack when it gets warm outside, or drape it through my backpack strap, because it's a really warm jacket. It's down. It is this seamless, and it's got these wrist cuffs that don't breathe very well, which is great for cold weather, and it's great for wind, but it's a warm jacket. It's just something to keep in mind. I think for the price, it's like $170. I think it's totally worth it, but it's something to keep in mind. And one other thing I wanted to mention was this seamless construction that they mentioned. So there's no seams like a typical down jacket, and the zipper is windproof. When you're all buttoned up in this thing, wind doesn't really get through it, which is nice. I love a windproof jacket. I hate getting hit by wind freezing. I have noticed a little bit with this windproof zipper that at the top of it, wind does get through, which doesn't really bother me that much. It's actually kind of a nice little ventilation, but just something to keep in mind. But I love this jacket. Highly recommend it. Uniqlo's 3D cut down parka. I think it looks great. It's one of the best looking jackets I think I own, or that I've bought in a long time. I love that I can pack it into my backpack if I need to, because it's down, so it kind of crunches down. It always gets its shape back. It never wrinkles, which I also really like. I did mention the material gets dirty kind of easily. I mean, you can always clean it. I really do think once you wash this thing once, it'll be fine, and it won't water spot again because it will kind of have that darker color. But yeah, what do you think? Do you own one? I know there's a lot of versions of this jacket, but I think this is the best one, this kind of puffier one. I have Uniqlo's smaller, like the little pack down jacket. I love that thing too, but it's just not warm enough sometimes, and it's pretty short. So I like this one because it's a little bulkier. You can still put kind of a thick flannel under it, and you don't feel like you're constricted, and it goes a little longer, so you're not getting cold when you're moving around. So yeah, leave me your thoughts in the comments. Do you have one of these? Do you like it? Yeah, there you go. I'll keep trying to do some of these. So thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you like this.